So you are here for a ride today. Let's talk about an English podcast, or I would rather say an English quiz I did a few months ago, the mistakes I made, and one major lesson I learned from the podcast. So here's the backstory. I love doing everything to encourage learning. I have been a teacher for the past 8 to 9 years now, and everything I have done so far on my channel, all my channels have been education channel. I have two or three education channels and others, maybe fun, football, and maybe vlog. And one thing about myself is that I try to encourage students to learn more in their challenge. Okay, if you're meeting me for the first time, I am Abraham Salako. I am an educator. I have been teaching for the past 8 years, like I said earlier, and I live in Kazakhstan. Then, I had my plans, I had everything, questions, a lot of episodes. Even I have had students lined up. To make that even better, I decided to go to a studio and make it a perfect one. I made a deal. I contacted a lot of studios, and it's so funny that studios in Kazakhstan are like Astana, Kazakhstan. Astana is the capital of Kazakhstan. Most of them are booked on weekends. Now, I met somebody, fortunately, met with somebody. He's just starting out, and but he's a very good camera, like photographer, videographer. So we met and we had an agreement sort of. So the agreement is that I go to his studio to record, and he comes to my studio office, one to learn English, and also he has a percentage when the studio or when we have any brand deals or monetization from YouTube. He gets a certain percentage, which I will not reveal. He gets a certain percentage once or if the studio is fully, like, can I say, functional or making revenue. That was the agreement. Then we made this agreement. He was excited about the agreement. And the reason I went for this is that everything I planned to spend on this quiz competition is a competition that involves giving people money. Okay, you earn cash based on the answers you get correctly, right? Now, everything from zero to the end is from my pocket. But that was what I decided because it's what I believe in, right? So for me to be able to minimize my spending, I decided to make deals with, especially with a studio, and make something like that happen. So that in mind, this person agreed, and we booked a time, which was a Sunday, and we started. We did our first episode. After doing our first episode, he sent me the clip. Then yeah, I worked on it, edited it, and posted it online. Now, before going too deep, a week into sending the clip, I asked him to come to class. Okay, it's time for you to come to my office, come and learn. And he never showed up. Week one, no showing up. So for some reasons, I decided not to record about the podcast video the second week. Oh, I remember the reason. The reason is that he didn't meet up with the deadline. He was supposed to give me the video a week after. Yeah, because he wanted to cut the cameras together and just give me the cuts and send everything to me. And he couldn't do that in 1 week. So that said, I had to wait because I don't even have the first video. So I record the second video. I postponed and I waited. Nothing happened for the first. I think he sent it after maybe 10 or 12 days. Week one, week two, he was a no show for English language, English lessons. Okay. That said, I just continued. I was like, wait, if I'm the only person gaining from this arrangement, then there's something weird happening, right? That said, I contacted him the second time and I told him, okay, I am bringing the second student this weekend, okay, on the second week's weekend, right? I'm bringing the second student, get ready. He replied, I didn't get a reply. Okay. But based on our previous arrangements, I was of the opinion that he replies late. He doesn't even reply in 2 days. He's a very busy person. And since I know the office and I had already booked with the student, even the student got there before me. Then when the student got there before me, he told me the studio office was open, but there was nobody there. I was like, wow, what's happening? So I was on the taxi. I just got there just in time. We got there, we waited for about 20 minutes. There was nobody to attend to us. The admin gone, the videographer gone. But the studio, the office was open. Then I was worried. Was this, it's like in a movie. Is this guy somewhere watching us or something? That was everything going on in my head. So I started chatting with the student. Just before we gave up, the student said, why not just record something? So we set up my phone, just this phone. I set it up right in the studio. We switched on the studio light. We decided not to touch it. He had cameras there. There were cameras, there were microphones, but we decided not to touch any one of them. I don't want to be sued or something. So we used one of his tripods, set my phone on it, and recorded our podcast. It was weird, but we did it. It was clean. It's on my YouTube and Instagram. We did that, and I sent him a message that I was kind of disappointed that he didn't reply 2 days prior, and he didn't show up. No response. I thought he was probably sick, so a day after I sent him a message and no response either. And he's this kind of person that switches off his read receipt, right? No response. Then I just kept calm, waiting to see what happens afterward. Now, 2 days after, so we recorded on a Sunday. On a Tuesday, he posted on his Instagram. No, no, not on a Tuesday. On a Monday, a day after, he posted on his Instagram, and it was a montage of an event, and he said about yesterday. So, which means he went for a program and left us in a lurch for that program. It was a big school. They had the program, and he went there to record or cover it. Did the editing and said about yesterday. He was unapologetic about it. I felt hurt, and in my head. So this is something about me. When I am angry, I take no action. I just sit back, think about the different scenarios of things. I think about different aspects I might have gone wrong or the person might have gone wrong. First of all, the first thing that came to mind while I was angry was this guy sold us out. He went for somebody with enough money and enough profits. Of course, it's not even somebody, it's a corporation. So they snatched him from that's business. It's a shark tank, right? Yeah, that was the first thing that came to mind. And one other thing that came to mind was he didn't respect me as a person. Maybe because there was no concrete financial deal in place for both of us. We had a gentleman's agreement to have a percentage of revenue and sponsorship, and also to learn English language because he was really enthusiastic when I gave him the option of learning. Actually, he gave me the option of learning English. I didn't give it to him, and for free, and I accepted that. It was I was so mad. I was so mad because 7 days after he posted his photos of going to gym, which means he was intentional about ignoring my messages, and I just kept quiet. So I think I sent him a message that I was really disappointed with his lack of professionalism. I hope I remember. I'll put it on the what. I'll put it out there for you guys to see. I sent that message. I was extremely mad, and yeah, that's it. I never heard of him. So for some reason, I unfollowed him on Instagram. I just didn't want his face to be a reminder of what transpired between us both. Now, I had told a lot of people. Even I had other teachers in line to join the podcast. And thinking in my head, it would be easy to get another studio, but I just couldn't. There was nobody free for weekends because I don't know, for some reasons, weekends are busy. There was nobody free for weekends. And also, I don't have time during the week. My weekdays are full. So I just, even if I had the time, my guests might not have the time. So that was a huge hindrance to the podcast. There was a plan to use my office to do that, but for some reasons, I just want to do it well. If I want to do anything, I really want to do it well because I only have a phone, and I believe there are other things. I That's just it. I don't want to give excuses and the likes. It's demotivated me. I got demoralized, and I just stopped the podcast, but not the YouTube channel, of course. So I stopped the podcast, and that's it. I maybe right now I'm re-strategizing, trying to see better ways to make it happen. I still will come back. I will do a lot of things when it comes to education. Even what I'm doing right now is about education. And now let's talk about the lesson I learned from this business deal gone wrong. One business I learned from it is that when you make deals, appeal to the person's interest, not yours. Yeah, this guy talked about wanting to learn English, trying to understand, improve his spoken English, and I accepted the deal, or let me say, I offered him that deal. At the end of the day, I discovered it was the only thing he felt I had he could take. If he had other options, he would have just taken my money and just run with it. He wouldn't have offered to learn English from me. And he knew that I had a limited budget, and the only budget I had was to give my students when they win a competition. I was able to do two students, but it was an eye opener for me that when next I try to do this, I appeal to what really interests them, not what I have to offer to them that I think they might be interested in. Yeah, at times the two might align. Yeah, don't get me wrong. They might want money and you have money to give them. So, but there are times that, let's say, I sell phones and I have somebody that is hungry. Okay, I might think they are interested in calling their family members and they would hop on that opportunity. But if I turn my back at them, they might sell my phone to buy food. So, exactly what I'm talking about. So, that is one lesson I learned from the encounter. Now, at the end of the day, you might just think the studio guy, is a bad guy. He sold us out for somebody richer for more money. I wouldn't do that, but I understand what he did, and it's a financial and life lesson. So that's where let's stop here today. If you are still here at this time, you should watch some of our other videos. What do you think of the situation? Do you think uh, that was wrong, or do you think I shouldn't have stopped? Let me know your opinion in the comment section. Thank you and goodbye.